Oh man, technology always having way to I would just say distract people. Technology always have ways to kind of screw people over. By the end of the day, that's what make us trooper. We go there, we figure out, and we come right back. Yeah, you think I think will stop us from having show you all right. So I just want to say this. We just had a little bit of technical glitch over there. We had to log back out and come back in. Um, but I just want to say sorry for the inconvenience. And I know very well when people come on these shows, they are gluing. Some people get themselves situated, get their popcorn and everything ready. And I just want to apologize, sincerely apologize to any inconvenience that break in transmission have caused. So let's get right where we are. If you're following the show, if you're just joining in us, we just want to say, um, you know, welcome. And for those of you that are returning, I want to say, welcome back. So we're talking about the president trip in Japan. Per that recording, you guys heard from Senator Abraham Darius DeLong. Um, Ms. Morris, welcome, Ms. Morris. Um, you guys heard from Senator Abraham Darius DeLong. He was talking about the significant, the importance of such trip. Um, we heard from the director at NOCAL. He also talks about, his, what he feel about the trip. Um, we heard from Liberians, some of whom that are already in Japan. Some are actually traveling inside into Japan for this trip, or at least for whatever, how do you call it, exposé or whatever is going on there. Um, but I just get to, I just get to say how many value or at least credibility that that people are actually applying towards the trip. But whatever it is, we're gonna have our side to it. We're gonna talk about um, what Liberian uh, has in store, or at least what Liberia stands to gain. Mm? Because that's very, very important. Because this trip now bring a lot of talking points. Some people are saying the number of delegation that are going, and that travel with the president of the trip. It's not giving any kind of positivity. Some people are saying it's wasteful spending. Some people are saying that they don't see the need for the president to travel with what is now being alleged at 49 presidents, different numbers. The Ministry of Information need to come up with the exact number of delegates actually on this trip. Front page said 23. Other outlets are saying 49. So we cannot in any way authenticate who is saying what. But I would tend to side with the front page story at 23 because I'm telling you, I will be flabbergasted. I will be absolutely benign when it's in fact what has been alleged of 43 delegation on that trip. I would lose my mind, and I don't want to do that. So so that's that. The drugs issue, obviously, we'll talk about that, and we cannot in any way say in good faith that days you go by when we're having these shows, and I have a segment to talk about the drugs issue. Like I was saying in my opening, the drugs issue for me, in my estimation, it has not really, raising to that point of like how a lot of people are looking at it right now to be quote unquote existential threat. I don't think, for me personally, I've not reached that how do you call this? It has not reached that threshold for me. Hmm? But then again, for those that are saying it has reached that threshold for them where it can be considered as an existential threat, and look, I don't have no beef, right? I have no absolute no problem with those of you that feel that way, because you can never ever determine how anybody feel about certain situation. People are dying every single day, right? At least. And a lot of time they are saying drugs. You know, that is not something that I would say is a positive thing, because obviously it's nothing positive about somebody dying. So we on this network, we're gonna do our best. Like I said, I was just talking about a story that I read on Facebook Live. I mean, on Facebook today, posted by Liberian rapper Bucky Raw. Bucky Raw talked about a young man today, posted a young man picture on his page. And it was so sad how he actually captured it. His caption was absolutely devastating to read. And he said he and the guy was actually on the same flight. I guess they were both deported at the same time, and they were on the flight only for that dude to get hooked on drugs. Like we're saying, a lot of time, a lot of people get hooked up to drugs based on so many circumstances that we don't even know. And these are not individuals that some are not really, going through any kind of financial hardship. Some come from a well-renowned family. Some are well-groomed, at least come from a very affluent and influent background. And some come from a background of money, right? You can look at Musa Belete's son. So it's actually not to say, oh, nah, it can happen to anybody. That's just the bottom line. So Bucky ride that story today, and I was devastated, to be quite honest. That someone can get deported from America, go to Liberia, and die of drugs. That's ridiculous, at least from what Bucky said. I don't know the cause of death, but Bucky did in fact alluded that, because he said say no to drugs. So that's that. Now we'll talk about the president. President trip to Japan. A lot of people have tried to politicize this thing. My criticism came about the size of the delegation, and I'm not going to change my position. 45 would have been absolutely ridiculous. 23 cannot be substantiated. I don't know. Like, why 23? 23 is a lot for me. I'm sorry. 23 is still a lot of people for me. But it is what it is, man. People do what people do. And we're gonna talk what we talk, because we're not gonna be hypocrite. I can be anything, but I cannot be a hypocrite. And I give my reason why I feel 23 is a little bit excessive. We live in a tech savvy world right now. I mean, what 20 people used to do, one person can do it now. We live in an AI war right now, my people. All right? That's the reason why a lot of people are not needed now. Professional writers are no longer, people will need them, but grant writers, people that wrote grant, look, things are changing. AI is changing again, right? So, and Liberia is no exception. So we have to maximize our resources and minimize our cost in terms of wasteful spending. You can do all of these things now. If you needed 20% to do something for you in 2021, you don't need that now. Use all of the tools available to you to manage resources. use all of the tools available to you to to minimize and maximize production. Minimize waste and maximize production. Productivity is the key. Going out the days where president traveling take 20, 25 president with him. No. Get your security guard, get 1, 2 advisor with you. You're going on your trip. Go ahead. This is an international trip anyway. Get your security team. Get the one because you cannot compromise security. Even in the country you're going to, when people are going to provide you security, you need to have a security team. I get that part. But the whole notion you need to carry everybody, you need to carry department heads from this, you need to carry somebody from the Senate, you need to carry someone from the House of Representatives, you need to carry somebody from the Fire Service Department. I mean, come on now. Come on now. We don't need none of that stuff now. All right. So we have to be efficient, and we also have to be in the know of. There are so many areas that resources has to be allocated to. There are so many areas. You look at Liberia, there is no particular area that is not in need. No sector in our country that's not in need. Even Freeport, we'll talk about the gateway to the nation economy. Freeport itself need help. In terms of infrastructure development, in terms of modernizing the Freeport. The Freeport itself, the gateway to the country economy, needs help. So when you have a country like we have, resources are not coming just like that. We're struggling with domestic resource mobilization. We are not really earning money. We are not raising money domestically as we should. Then the limited resources that we have to use it wisely. We can't waste it. Yeah. It's that you can't be going to go beg for money. Then while the process is going to pay for money, then you're spending more money to go pay for money. It don't make sense to me. We have to cut down these things. We have to be efficient. And we have to be productive on the other end. Why it is important that the president should go on this trip? Can I in any way minimize the significance of this trip? They are good for Liberia. But I'm just looking at how Liberia's been since the Civil War. At what point we need to sit back there and say, you know what? Enough of this travel. Let's do something domestically. You know? At which point we need to sit now and say, you know what? Yeah, Tatas, let me send the link, brother. At which point we need to say, you know what? Okay. At which point now we need to say, you know what? Let do some domestic resource mobilization. Because every president that comes, at least in my lifetime, we're always looking at what the Japanese will give us. We're always looking at what the French will give us. You know. Boy, y'all give me a break a second. Oh, God. So at which point, we'll have to really sit back and say, you know what? I think enough is enough. I think we need to start taking the bull by its horn now. Let me post the link here so people can join. Tatos, hold on a second, buddy. Okay, Tatos is already in studio. Let me get you on Tatos. Hold on a minute, buddy. Hold on. Tatos. Okay, Tatos, what's up? You alright? Okay, so I just added Tatos. Tatos is in. So like I was saying, Tatos, how you doing, my man? Welcome. So, like I was saying,
I'm good. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir. How you doing? Welcome to the show. So at which junction we as people, we as country, we have to sit back and say, you know what? Enough of this too much begging. Because I truly believe there's no amount of money is too much. And there's no amount of money is too small. If you prioritize what needs to be prioritized, if you allocate money, based on importance, if you allocate funds based on needs, then you can live with the results. But if you foolishly and selfishly and uncontrollably use money, you're not going to get the desired outcome. And that's what we keep doing in our country. The resources we have, we don't have plenty of resources. And the little resources we have, we're not using it in areas that serve the people. I think that's some of the problem that we have. But let me stop here and bring Tatos. Tatos, what's up, man? You all right?
Good morning today. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. Thanks for asking. So we got so many things going on. We got the drugs issue, obviously, that I really talk a lot up on that. And we can always go back to expand on that discussion, because that's really, really important. We also talk about the president trip to Japan, the significance of that trip. We played a clip that had Darius DeLone, Senator Maserado, were talking on that. We also had Nukat Boss also spoke on there. We had Liberians, some of whom that did not travel, that were not part of the president's delegation, but some actually flew from other part of the world to go in Japan. Some of the people spoke on that recording that we played too, at least on the video that we played. So what's on your mind tonight, Tatis?
Yeah, good to be here again to discuss our country issue affecting our country. Thank you very much today. This country, like one of the things that of those who don't have enough resources, because I heard you talking about resources. But I think the resources that we have in this country, if there's something that we have a good leadership in this country, it won't be like this. Because we have resources. For the maintenance of the resources, the leaders, they are not taking care. They can only go there to make themselves rich. That's nothing else. But the resources we have, some country, they only depend on one resources. Some country only depend on cocoa. But Liberia, we got cocoa, we got diamond, we got gold, we got all which are the resources that we don't have. But every blessed day will be going begging, begging, begging. Well, our leaders, our national leaders are very, very giving up. You know, so these are some of the issues that are affecting our country. Every year, every year, any president come, we should be begging. Any president come, we should be begging. And this country, we're not supposed to be begging. We're supposed to be begging. The population that we have in this country, let's just say over 5.5 or let's just say 6 million. We got iron ore, timber. What are we doing with it? What are we doing with it? We, our leaders, they taking it, they carrying it. Now why you can see some of them fighting to get in a House of Senate, in a House of Senate, you know. But these are some of the issues. But Liberia not country that's supposed to be begging like other people. But yesterday, the president made a trip to Japan and waiting for the result. Even the information minister there, the minister of finance there. I saw the NOCA boss, Senator Dillon. I saw one, I think, I don't know, Nathan Gay. He there too. You know, these are dedication that they dedicate that President carry. But we look up to them to see what they will bring, like what they will bring back in the country. Not only going there to go do a lot of expenses, but we expect them to bring a good news that Liberia can benefit. Because Liberia now we are country that every blessed day, every year we should be begging. Every year we should be begging. But we're not supposed to be like that. But yesterday, that Liberia.
Yeah, Tatos, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I think you and I agree on that. I think that's something that we need to take with certain level of consideration, and at least be intentional about it, because all the countries that we go to go beg, right? If you look at Japan, you look at China, you look at all these countries that we actually go to take funds from. These countries had their own downtown. You know, these countries work hard. This country did not just sit back and wait for a handout that everybody just calling it every year, every president going like Liberia is almost like we travel for these funds all the time. And the sad part about it, we travel for them, but we don't do nothing. We don't do nothing with them. We use all of them for salary and wages. We don't put them, we don't market them in a way where we invest in factory, we invest in other things that will generate job. We don't do none of that. We go get this money, we just use them to pay people that are not doing nothing to enhance, you know, the social well-being of our people. The education is still a mess. You're not doing anything to domesticate any sort of development plan that people can actually buy into in terms of, you know, in terms of financial or monetary gain. We're not doing none of these things. So we have a problem. And I can tell you right now, bro, no country survive on handout. You're not going to survive in the 21st century that other country just helping you with money, you know, all the time. You have to use those resources and put it in something that you yourself can benefit yourself from. Other countries are doing it, you know, but Liberia, I guess we have not gotten to that point. But let's get to our next topic, the drugs issue, because I think That's something that we need to discuss that every day.
Yeah, like he said, you know, even the country that we're going big. Example, China. To you, China, okay, the two overhead bridge they come pay. To you, that feel they doing it. We have resources. So it get looking like we get it. They give it to us, we give it to them. Now what I can remember when the vice president went to China to negotiate for the yellow machine. He told the Chinese, I think when he went to certain airport, he told the Chinese, he said, we have resources. I give it to you, you give it to me. I'm not here to beg you. Like, bro, we don't be begging. Despite no, it's Africa. But look at Ghana, look at Nigeria, look at Africa. Even several that right here develop more than Liberia. Several that right here develop more than Liberia. Liberia now we are 178 years. But where are we? We still struggling for drinking water, still drinking water. We still struggling for road. We still struggling education, health sector. Then why up to now are we still suffering? Like I saw picture coming from the press in Japan, saw the president to the hospital. Anyway, we went to see, to see what they will bring on the table or what they will bring from Japan, you know. But the bureau,
Yeah, talk to us.
yeah,
So
like I
like,
was saying, yeah.
mhm.
Mm-hmm. The same issue pertaining about our every blessed day, all those things. We go to China, the negotiation, even we made a negotiation, the same resources they giving us, or we taking it from them and they giving it to us. So but we would not be sort of be begging. But anyway, let's go to the next topics so we can discuss.
Okay, yeah, like the next topic obviously was the drugs issue. I think we got that. That's very, very much important. I think we should be discussing that every day because if you look at it, a lot of people are treating it as an existential threat to the survivability of a country. And all those that are thinking that way, I think they have the right to think that way because their drugs is affecting young people, and young people are the cornerstone for the future. So if we can get it right, then obviously I can see why people are considering this now to be an existential threat to um to the survivability of a nation. So what do you think? Is this drugs issue have reached that threshold for you Tatos to think that it is indeed an existential threat?
You see, the drugs issue in this country, I will always say, is a threat to our youthful generation. Now, the the DEA boss, I don't actually know if he's really working. I don't think that he's really working. At least, to be very frank, when AB Kuruma was there with Fariga, at least despite they have a misunderstanding among themselves. But I think they were doing much better than the current DA boss. I saw yesterday like one other girl or photo was just circulating up to now or picture just circulating on social media. If you see that little girl, they tell you say today she pour herself in drugs. You see her How she looking? You will not believe it.
Hmm.
You will never believe it. And I saw post coming from Senator Dillon. He said they should take her and get her to rehabilitation center. It's a good thing. I think these are some of the things the government need to build rehabilitation center. That's something that they have to take immediate effect. It's not even something that like what AB Kruma said. During the time he went for confirmation, he said the only way this in this country that will fetch judge if if the
So
DA.
Tatos will rejoin us. But yeah, Tatos are actually trending on something very important. And I truly believe that you know, if you if you this is a very, very I'm about to say something here. A lot of people might really look at it this way. AB Kruma, obviously, we know AB Kruma dropped the ball. AB Kruma dropped the ball in ways that none of us expected him to have dropped the ball. But AB Kruma also dropped the ball based on the fact that AB allowed sympathy to have exceeded his personal interests. AB Kruma trusted a guy in the Fadigas that they would have helped him achieve what is it that he was trying to do. And I'm telling you, man, it did not play out well. Was AB Kruma the right person for that job, for the DEA? Absolutely. You know, and if the president can go back, which of course, and I would definitely advocate for the president bringing AB Kruma back, and I don't know how that's gonna look like, but I almost guarantee you, I don't think anybody in a Republic of Liberia, giving AB Kruma's history, giving AB Kruma's involvement in law enforcement and everything that have to do with that sector in our country, at this given time, I don't think there is anybody in Liberia currently that can bring any level of control over that drugs issue past AB Kruma. But that's just my position. But I'll allow Tatos to conclude. Tatos, go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that maybe other people don't have that capacity to say, okay, they will not able to handle the entity, but looking at the acting boss that were there, Andrew, I think Andrew Peter, something like that. But AB Guma is the rightful person. If the president can come up and reconsider his decision for him bringing back AB Guma and Fadigat, it will be the best decision that he will make on the land of drugs issue. Because drugs issue today, when you in the country, you see the young people, some of them, even they standing on the road, you will see them coming down the day. You feel very, very sorry for them. Sometimes if I see some of them, we can just laugh. For me, on the street 24 hour, I can go do my hustle. But our young people are spoiling. I will not lie to everyone. Our young people are spoiling. You call anybody in Liberia right now, 24 hour, every blessed day. In fact, I don't know what kind of drugs they not bring. What kind of drugs they not bring? Every blessed day, people dying. Every blessed day, people dying on just issue. So that's something that the president very, very need to take action. I give back to you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Tatos, at the end of the day, we know how things are always politicized in the country.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
we we can definitely look at that. We can never in any way um think of it anything less than that. The politics will always have its role to play in all of these things. Um,
Mm-hmm.
as got people like Vasco then, got people like George then. You know what I mean? They'll always come with their you know what I mean with their position. We not get problem with that. Our democracy, the democracy, the the what you call it, the the form of democracy that we all subscribe to, gave us the right to do that, gave us the right to have these um freedom of expression, if you will. We got those things going on. So people always have the right to exercise their constitutional right given to them by the Constitution to have their position, irrespective of how government feel about it. But that's the right given to them under the Constitution to have their position. But we can also say, look, we cannot in any way proceed with everything that we try to do in the limelight of politics. We know politics is everything that we do in the country because politicians, that's what they have set up the country to be. Everything surrounds politics. Education is politicized. Healthcare is politicized. Social life is politicized. Everything we're doing, like bro, even our market or money, everybody in politics. So there is nothing we can do. Religion, everything is politicized. And when a country is set up in that way, it is so hard for you to have any rational conversation about politics, right? But this is my recommendation. I would tell President George Manawia, right? I mean, President George Manawia. I would tell President Joseph, right? I said, Joe, this is the thing. Drugs is becoming an epidemic, right? Because like I was saying in the opening of my show, I saw a post from Bucky Raw today. I saw a post from Bucky Raw, one of the brothers that I'm pretty sure they were all on the same flight from Philadelphia to Liberia after being deported. They all came on the same flight into Liberia, and that brother died today, at least today, because his picture was posted today by Bucky Raw, and he said, "Say no to drugs." In a caption, so I'm assuming by night meeting that maybe it was through drugs that brother, about that. So there are so many things, so many stories. So let's try to do that. Bring A.B. Kromah back, revise the whole thing. Because the reason I'm saying bring A.B. Kromah back,
I got somebody.
I'm telling you right now, you can bring all the qualified people. There are a lot of qualified people in America, clinically qualified, right? They know all of the nuance of drugs administration, drugs rehabilitation, all of that stuff. But they are sweating drugs and they are sweating drugs. There are levels to this. You need to bring somebody that understands all of the terrains. You need to bring somebody that understands Liberia from head to toe. You need to bring somebody that have ears in a ghetto, right? There's so many levels to this situation. And that's what the Fadiga brothers, the Fadiga did not understand. You know what I mean? They actually their approach to this thing was based on corporate approach. Oh, how is doing in America, right? Like you find the people family will carry that children in, blah, blah, blah. You wrote in rehab and all that. No. Liberia kids, you have to go and look for them. You have to go in the ghetto and look for them. And A.B. Kromah had all these plans lined up. He was talking about how they were going to build one of the biggest rehab centers outside of Monrovia. And you know why you want to build rehab center outside of Monrovia? Because you want to take the people outside of the vicinity, outside of the area that they used to get the drugs from. So you have to take them in an isolated area, right? Where they can easily have access to to these substances. But Amy, back to you.
Thank you. Can you guys lean your cameras? It looks weird. To turn it on that weird time. But yeah, like I said,
Wow.
Trey, when you were Sunday, I got somebody in mind who would be a perfect fit for that job. Yeah, Tatas, can you lay your own too? Well, first I got
Every time I attempted doing that, I prayed chocolate.
Anyway, but I using my phone, so if I, yeah.
Yeah, so and guess what I'm talking about today?
Who?
Somebody who would be one of our own, Momo Tule. Yeah, brother.
Momo Tule, that's right. Yeah.
He would be a good fit for that area. He's a Moravian boy too, and he's very stunning military dude and kind of something in the drugs area. I think he would do a good job there because when you're talking to him about these things, the things methodology, whatever they got about the whole drug thing, you'll be surprised like the things they be saying. I'm saying that like, what are you talking about? But yeah, I think he would do good if he. I don't know if he would want to leave his job in America because I said, yeah, I think it's time sometimes that some of y'all go back home and go help out. And say, I mean, it's not about going back home. It's not like people don't want to go and serve our country. We can make those sacrifices. The money I make, nobody can pay me in Liberia. But in fact, if that would make my country to slow this thing that going on down, I don't mind making that sacrifice. But people down there, everybody is protecting their jobs, right? Everybody gonna scared. It's all about job. It's not about the results. They are not worried about the results down there. They get intimidated by people who knows what to do. And I'm not saying everybody that coming from up here they are sent, right? They got their own. They got some people that have their own hidden agendas. They got the same motives as people on the ground there too. But there are some people who who are truly motivated and to help that country out of some of these things and their work experience and stuff, and they are part of that terrain too. They grew up in that area. They know everything about that area. And I think the guy that I would recommend would be Momo. Momo I think he would do a great job if he given the opportunity to do that. He would make the sacrifice and do a great job. That's why I said I know somebody. And I wish I could call him up here. But did y'all talk about this girl today, to Ray?
We did not talk about any girl today.
What's her name? Cornelia? Have you guys heard about her? I think she was. Let me play this video.
I think I was telling you about today.
Oh, okay, yeah. Tatos they mentioned it, but we did not go in depth with it.
Yeah, let me play it.
And if you have video to play it, then I'll give also brother perspective on the issue.
So if your parents come for you right now, you're willing to go back?
Right here, also having my first degree and in the graveyard.
So you are sleeping in the graveyard. Say no to drugs. I want you to say no to drugs.
Yeah, I'm saying no to drugs, and I really need help. And now my mom won't believe that I want to be a chief person, but actually I really want to stay away from this.
So if your parents come for you right now, you're willing to go back?
100%.
100%. Are you sure?
Yes.
People are watching.
Yes.
And they want to help you. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm waiting. I'm saying tired. I'm tired of gambling. I'm waiting to be a chief person now. I'm tired.
You are tired. You graduate. Someone say you graduate from one of the good school limit, which of course your parents send you to. And speaking from your access, look that you are a smart girl. So because of the habit, and you are here. So say no to drugs again.
I'm saying no to church.
So when you get the upward that are in drugs, what do you have to say to them?
I die in the pool, I get it on every blessing. Every day, our brothers and sisters, when we on the street, if people are taking the everything over us, people put all such of me. People come here, people using our photo to go and go make, you know, go and go make money out of it. People come here, we all such of things here, coming, people running in the water, we are losing our life. Please, our family come here, we say with this life. Please, honor our government, we need answer them, let it come here, boy. We are just here, our parents here.
So how old is you? How old is you?
Yes, okay.
Were you in school before?
Yes.
Which other school?
Anything,
So are you willing now?
I'm willing. I'm the first child of my parents.
So where are your parents living? They're where they got a house. And you want to go back, and you want to say no to drugs. That if you are really the drugs is taken from you, you won't go back.
I never knew what I was going to do. We were food by first, but now we are in political. Our destiny is here, but it's not enough.
So you still got a future. You just have to you just have to say no to drugs and be rehabilitated, and then you can go back to your family. So thank you. Your name again?
My name is Evelyn Kate.
Okay.
Wait, we're talking to female now. Excuse me, find your distance. You can. That's another fine.
You got two children?
Yeah, I got 116 years and 16 years.
And you left them because of the bad habit. So when are you leaving the bad habit? Are you ready to leave the bad habit? You tired? So what? So your name? So where you were living? Eh? You live in police academy. Are your parents alive? Oh, they say they are not there already there. Oh, your mother said you shouldn't reach to the house. So are you willing to change? You tired?
I was expecting a few guests around, and jollof rice was part of the menu. So I made this delicious looking patty jollof rice. Let's get into it. The first thing you want
Let me get out of there.
to do is prepare the base for your jollof. You
Do we still hear?
Huh?
Are we still here? Okay, there you go. The jollof rice came on. So there you have it, guys. This is so sad. When I was watching this today, and I try to put it, I have a picture of this girl, the first girl, Cornelia, and oh man, something has got to get done. But yeah, as I learned, Senator DeLong kind of got her into this rehab. And now he's calling on every Liberians to kind of, put hands together and support the rehab and other rehab to help out until, this is not about just the government anymore. We've seen what this is doing, and I've seen also to read a video today on the social media about a dead body, and then somebody writing like, "Oh, he's not dead, just as we predicted." And then when I see it,
can everybody just mute?
When I seen the video today, this guy, like he was rather fighting for his life, okay, and crawling around, and people just looking at him as the drugs is using him and stuff. This guy was literally like he was fighting for his life. He was in pain. He was going through it. Instead of people like taking him to the hospital or doing something to help him, they was just looking at him and just walking by and something. So I mean, it's kind of sad too that you know, the way our people, you know, treat these things, like kind of like we know people are doing these things, but they are not. Some of them they are not doing it, waiting it. Maybe the first time, right, or the second time, but from there on now they are addicted to it. They are hooked on it, and until they can get detox, they will take it, even if it's good for them. They know it's good or bad for them. They will take it. So for people to see them going through stuff like that, and they say, "Well, oh, you know, I'm smoking deal," you know, and he was literally dying. To Ray, I felt so bad when I saw that stuff. I said, "This boy is fighting for his life, and nobody can even take him to the hospital. They all just walking past him and video, like, you know, kind of recording him." Man, it's sad. It's sad. And yes, I agree with Senator Dillon. We all need to put together whatever we can do to help these rehabilitation centers that are doing what they're doing now until the government can get up to that whatever status that they need to get up to. We all, as Liberians, we need to rally up together and do something about this. Is really, really getting out of control. And I don't know what else is there, if it's a new kind of drug, like, you know, they get greeted with it and overdose on it. I think that's what's going on today. Like, kind of a lot of overdose going on. That's what happening to them. They don't know. They just grab it and just taking it up. And it's really sad. And like you saw what we just watched right now. A lot of them are tired of that life. They want to get out of it. But you cannot get out till you get that thing out of your system. Even you take that girl out of there and take her to her mother's house right now. At 7 hours, she would start going on like this. She wanted, right, Teray? We see the info, we see the she would start doing all that because she wanted, her body is calling for it. Because she haven't been rehabilitated yet. It's still in her system. So there's no way they can just get out of that place, that ghetto, and just go because, or they say, "Oh, I'm not doing it anymore, tired, so I'm going home," and then it's done. No. You gotta help them. You gotta help detox them. That's the only time they will stay, and something will happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're absolutely right. And let welcome our brother, Davis Mitchell. Is that what?
Mitchell Davis.
Yeah, welcome, brother Davis. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, Amy, you're absolutely right. Look, at the end of the day, the government need to approach this with certain level of urgency. Look, you can tell from that clip that a lot of these young people are tired of being in that situation, and now they are looking for outlet, right? And this is where government need to come in.
Yeah,
because I think at this point, these are people now that are talking about, we tired of this environment, we tired of their lifestyle, you know. They are now showing certain level of remorse. So now at this point, government comes in and do the rest for them.
Yeah, it'll be easier that way.
That's the responsibility of a government, right? Protect lives and property, right? So these people are crying and they are dying. Make no mistake, they are dying. They are dying. Unlike on the former president, you know, George Weah, and I'm not trying to draw any kind of correlation in any way, shape, or form, but we can say people are dying. People are dying because of drugs. I think it's safe to say that. But what we can also agree on is the fact that we have a vacuum at the FDA. What I'm seeing right now, it is not something that can be sustained. You cannot fight drugs, right? In that kind of manner, when you the FDA, you know, you are in what we call a leadership crisis.
Right.
You need to have stability at the DEA for you to have any rational, any sense, common sense fight. You know what I mean? To combat this deadly, virus that we have in terms of drugs in our country. So let's figure that out. Let's see exactly what we have at the FDA. Once we are confident and comfortable with the leadership structure at the FDA, then we cannot get to combating this. This is not something that should be taken lightly. These are young people. And the future of any country depends on a young population. And we can't get that right, then what's the essence? So this is an existential threat to the country. I'm telling you. Back then, there was a civil war. The civil war finished. This one right here, this is happening to every family. It's happening to every community, every village. You not know. We're looking at Monrovia right now, right?
Isn't the villages I heard?
Go in the villages, go into these hamlets. It's everywhere. So now it's becoming a part and parcel of who we are as a community. And that is a threat. Back to you, Amy.
Yeah, welcome, Formula. Mr. Davis, we're gonna be talking about that drugs thing. Even though we throw in one or two things from in there, but we also trying to like highlight it, and so that's why we see. And every day we seeing different, updates on it. So that's why we keep talking about it. And I hope our viewers don't get sick with with us. We say no to drugs too, so we have to talk about it. Go ahead, Mr.
Yeah, good evening, good afternoon to the panelists and also to all members that are watching the program tonight. The drug issue is very common in Liberia. We start with the executive. When the executive said the other time they'll have prayer and worship, they consider it a national holiday. The president can do similar thing also. Those are bringing the drugs, they are the main problem. Now the people are taking the drugs. So how do we get rid of that? That's the people we need to target. When there are no drugs, they will not go make grass bottle, or they will not go make grass out of drugs. Those are bringing the drugs into the country. These are the people they sort of meditate, they sort of co-marshal them through military tribunal. The president sort of announced executive order that when you are caught, you'll be prosecuted for 3 days, 72 hours. Then they will use the military to co-marshal you. They will not do you surveillance, no. When strong law is passed by the executive degree...
Mr. David, how can they co-marshal someone who is not military?
Because they're bringing drugs to kill people. The military is using equipment, using war material. That's war, you're killing people.
Yeah, so court-martial is a court for military personnel, so...
No, it's not only for military personnel. You see, the other country, some other country was executing people for drugs before, right? You and everybody stop that man still executed them. They then use the military. When the president announced it, we're going to use the military, we're going to co-marshal you, you will see that thing will start. Because they know that they're going to use military on you to investigate you. They will stop it. That the main people need to start with. The main people is people that are bringing in the drugs, not the people that are taking it. I mean, you in your home.
Yeah.
Any carry to your home, to your house, that what your children will eat.
That's true.
So if you not carry anything there, your children will be hungry. Mama, we hungry. Mama, we don't eat. And burger today, we didn't eat it one. But anything you carry, they say, you'll replace our burger with our other burger, they will eat it. Even if they're not like it, they're hungry, they will eat. That's how it's looking. When there's no drugs, we will not experience those stuff. Those are bringing the drugs. The government need to target them. They need to bring strong law down. Not one person saying, say, I will do so, I will do so. No, it will never work. Even if they collectively, we take the people from the street, the drugs stay coming, other new people growing. You think the people that are in the drugs before that seen people that stay there? People growing every day. Other people encouraging every people to join every day. But when there are no drugs coming, the younger ones are coming out now, they will not be part of it. But the encouraging everybody from generation because the drugs is everywhere. And I new one that coming every time any new drug comes, it can be dangerous than the old one.
Yeah.
The newer one it looks very dangerous.
Everybody want to try it, so
yeah, everyone. I saw the video. The guy said, when the thing living inside you, it can want it again.
That's what I'm telling you. Until you detox them, it's no use. Even if you get them out of together.
If there's some of the children that get to your house, they will go back on the street. They will go right by on the street. That drug business inside there. I get my sister-in-law whose son is there. We've been spending money from place to place. We're not carrying Guinea or you run away.
Yeah,
it's just part of him now. So now they just forget about him. So now you will come home. When you go to you see a mouth phone, you gone. You see a powerful, you gone. You go sell it to take drugs.
Thank you.
So the government got to start with those that bringing the drugs.
I'm pretty sure that's what everybody's talking about because how the drugs is coming in the country. And there are some people who, kind of have a pretty good idea on what to do and stuff. That's why I'm recommending Momo here. Because when you sit with his brother and when he watching his stuff, he gets so angry and he talking about things that can be done to do that. And he has a pretty good idea of these things. Like that's what I say. I think we should recommend you to GMB for you to get hired. Even though it's not gonna be what you earn here, but
it's not gonna be a cakewalk. I mean,
yeah,
he definitely cares.
Right? Liberian people are a very scary set of people. Let me tell you the truth. When we go come out Ivory Coast, my man, you can't just cross the street at all. You can see all of them they can be that kind of way. In Ivory Coast, my man, when a car hit you, like the thing they used to tell a car hit you wrong. So all Liberians can be scared to cross the street. But when it comes to Liberia, it's different. Liberia is scared of law. When you push on a law, even when Joseph Taylor, police director, when SOD4 coming, you yourself can report yourself to the police station.
Thank you.
SOD to arrest you. SOD4 to arrest you. The person will be running to the police station to go report that.
Well, in every society, it's not just Liberia alone. Every society, as long as you implementing a law, you enforcing it.
Well, Liberia is worse though.
People will go by it.
Let's take Bro Family. Bro Family, what's up, my man? Welcome to the nightly exchange.
I'm always busy.
So we got so many issues that we talk tonight. We talk about the president trip to Japan, drugs issue, obviously. What is your position on the whole situation, my brother? We just want to hear from you.
Thank you very much. Let me start by saying hello to my people. Some of you have not been seeing us for a minute, and
please share the show.
I always say before, just do those three things: leave a comment, and share the show, and you can follow us. Well, as I speak to you right now, I said it the last time on this show that there's no family in Liberia right now that is not affected by this issue of the drugs. Mm-hmm. It has eaten up, if not the entire fabric of our entire Liberian community, our Liberia, of all of the communities in our country. Every community you go to, you have it there. So don't even exclude the interior. Those places that we used to refer to as the sacred ground for moral upbringing, they are all being infested.
Yeah.
In fact, the amount of drugs now that is going up in the hinterland, that is going up in the interior, is even more than the one that is being traded in the city. Because many of those places you see now, the gold mine, all those mining area. Mm-hmm. These are the hot spot for the exchange of these illicit substances. Many of our brothers go over there under the influence, thinking that the drugs going to give them extra motivation to put themselves in the mine. And I don't even know how delusional the young people has become so much with this aspect of this drug sticking that I saw a trending video on the internet few days ago, and everybody was taking it. And Senator Dillon commented, he said, this person should, whosoever that had contact should bring this person to the rehab immediately so that we can see how we can help. to rehabilitate this person.
Mhm.
And the shocking part of it is that this person is a graduate of a university.
Is that
And
the girl was just showing?
yeah, and a degree, speaking all the good English over there. This girl.
What is?
But imagine you going to college, you going to college and graduating after not just not the state-run university, but go to a private university, spend thousands of dollars.
Mhm.
Not only the transportation they were paying for you to go to school, not only the feeding they were giving for you, not only the new clothes you're buying per semester, and not only the pamphlet money.
Man, you taking me way back a bit.
Yeah. And now the other extra money that you also get so your nigga be on the listing. You looking at all of those struggle and you garnish it just because you want to take drugs and you burn your teeth off and you sleep in graveyard.
Like, you think she did that intentionally?
Look, I mean, there's a lot of things that many people don't understand about how behavioral pattern changes. Look, for something to have effect on you, you must show that weakness, which is willingness.
Peer pressure.
Once you show that one link that you are willing to try something, then it becomes your link. There where people fall prey. You can decide to say, I will not do this. But here's the thing, Amy. I know I always like to save people, respect them, give them that dignity. But this is something that other people are not saying. I'm coming from another angle. Look at this girl critically. Beautiful.
I tried to show a picture, but I don't know why it's coming as background. Maybe because to you can see that or no.
Beautiful
I can
girl.
see what I'm seeing it as a background. I'm seeing it just the way you
Yeah, me too.
And when you see her, and you know, her gesticulation and her output, you could clearly see that she actually did learn something. You know, not many girls can really speak out eloquently like that, even being in that kind of state. But she
Not
was
many
still
girls.
Not many girls can really speak like that. You know the country that we come from, Mama. I can't say too much. Not many girls can speak like that in that state. I'm being particular.
Oh, in that state.
Yeah, in that state, and she's still choosing. And she stays choosing, and she stays choosing her words. She's really melting them together, and it's making sense. And when I was looking back, because there were so many things I was looking back at, it could be so many people now looking at what they call endocrine disruptor. Many a times people try to not pay attention to the efficacy of those chemicals that they put on their skin. You know that when you expose your body to too many high chemicals, that's the reason why recent research just showed that so many people are going to have skin cancer, so many people are going to have hormonal disorder or disruption in their hormonal imbalances because of the perfume. People spraying perfume behind their ear, spraying it on their skin.
Yeah, I heard
it was just recently shown. It has recently been studied that it is the cause of so many things that are happening in young people now coming up. It causes too many problems.
Oh wow.
So when I was looking at this girl, I pitied her condition. But when I was looking at her photos before and trying to compare it to now,
don't touch it to her.
And then I saw that her color pigmentation was completely far off. She was almost like a white lady. I don't know what she was using on her skin, but she was using all of those strong products. And you see, Look, I don't want. Let me
Mama
just say
diagnosis.
it. I don't. Let me stop laughing. They think very serious though, because you know when that thing was happening, it was emotional. So I took time off to go back and look at some of her pictures, because you know
I'm
that's why
trying to
people.
have the pictures. I'm trying
Yeah,
to put
people
up.
were
I don't
showing
know.
that to the
I don't know
internet,
why
you know.
it's not coming up.
And then I saw her originally when she first started, before she even put the tattoo, and then right after the tattoo came in, she started putting the hair product on her skin to showcase, and everything started coming up. Beautiful. But do we know the average reaction of some of those products that are going on the skin? Do we know that some of those products might have messed up her hormones and cause it to be imbalanced and make her not to, and you know, some people say, oh, that depression.
So what does that have to do with the drugs taken?
So now, but that is the thing that I'm trying to say. She had already disrupted her hormones, and so it could put her in any state and make her vulnerable. So that just issue just came in as a secondary part to just reach her to the point where she reached it right now. And right now, we are not only talking about the drugs that she was taking. I'm also looking at what she was doing prior to the drugs coming into her. Could we also look at that and also give advice to people who are using the hard chemicals on their skin?
I mean, we're talking about the drugs, and you're talking about people that bleaching again. Brother.
That
breeze, family. Maybe you got different intention or somebody watching this show.
That's not maybe he can't get it when he beating follow when you are making.
They may got something against someone watching this show. Maybe they may not check the comment section.
No, that's deal with a drug there at the outside.
Look,
they want to.
all right. Since you don't want to talk about her, I don't know, her being disrupted, it could lead to that state in which you was in.
I'm being disrupted.
But now the drugs issue has entered into that particular case now. And everything, look, your hormones is not balanced. So many things going to happen to your system. And now that depression that we're talking about, that people said she was depressed, because I'm reading out of what people wrote. She was depressed. Other people say peer pressure, small friends and tell her to take it, and all those things. And then boom, today she found herself sleeping in graveyard.
I'm telling you.
In a grave.
I mean, do the
So right there now, I'm saying yes. Other people say, oh, it was demonic attack. The devil is running like a lion looking for who to devour. You know that. Yeah. And that girl was consistently in the church. Consistently. But yet and still, I think the messages were passing somewhere. But I'm happy that Senator Delon came in and requested to help. And we pray along with the family and all other meaningful Liberians who are out there wanting to get help to resuscitate and revive her and give her another dimension. We are seeing other people change, like the girl now who work in the office of the Senate Pro Tem. She was one of those who changed, and today she's a leading campaigner and telling people no to drugs. So I'm happy that the society generally, for the first time for Liberians, to unanimously agree that we all have one common enemy, which is this just issue. It is something that is very serious, and I pity all young people, because anytime you see those young people, especially those girls, those young boys, they think about empathy. You know, you empathize with that situation. You say, this could be my brother, this could be my sister. And that's the reason why we don't take this situation lightly. And the community engagement that is going on, where communities are galvanizing and they are putting themselves together and they are engaging those high out, getting rid of those ghettos, keeping our community safe, because this is a collective effort. We have to do it.
I tell you, Lee, like I sit down and tell you, like,
my man Lee, my man.
Look,
Lee, I'm not the only person who talking about it. Go and read the. I was reading the comment. Now the comment I was reading. So today I was trying to borrow from to where I say, oh, can I sing the same song? I have to look for different lyrics for this. But I mean, I'm happy that authorities are paying attention now, and some of them are waiting it because she said it. She said she's looking for help because you see that is the thing I'm saying. I say it have to come from you. You have to have the willingness. If you say you are willing, it will happen. It will work. That first, that first decision must be you willing to say, oh, this is the end of my role. I'm not doing this anymore. And then definitely it's going to happen for you. Look, before I get back to you, Amy, this is my story. I had a personal friend. Remember, I was sitting with my friend. He was the president of the, this is a joke between us. I never shared this with some of my friends know that. I am a friend. He was the president for the youth department, but he and I always together, we always going for midweek services and things, Here I was sitting out somewhere in one of those little spot were comparing notes. And then he received a phone call from his very good friend, his big brother, saying his daughter was under an attack. So he called my friend. So we left our little spot we were because I had my old car. So he said, my man, drive me to the area. Let's go there and go see what's happening. We went to the area. Young girl. She was staying in her teen. She said she was possessed. I and my friend went there to offer prayers. I and my friend were battling that prayer. Amy, while we were battling that prayer, they can say, but what kind of people you can't call and release the devil so they have many liquors? I said, they get me. They can say, but what kind of people you call and release? The person who pray over, the person telling us, say, what kind of person you can call? What kind of people you call and release the devil?
And she's smelling liquor.
Smelling alcohol.
The devil don't like liquor.
So my friend said, you know what? So her pa said, oh, let's go to Jatonotan. There's the men of God there. Right, we should take the girl to go for extra prayer. Now I would take that girl in my car and carry the girl. Today, the girl.
You got the pictures, right?
The girl is on the street. She was on the street taking drugs. Yeah. She left that possession now. She started smoking. Then she transitioned. She started taking drugs. Just yesterday, I called my friend. I was get joking about the story. I said, my man, you remember that girl go to the demon for him? The man said, my man, they took the girl up, they cleaned her up. The girl came back in the community. She went back to start taking the drugs. She said she is even better than before.
I don't think they clean her. They probably took her out of the ghetto and just changed her clothes.
And that's what I was telling you. I said sometimes environment does play a major role. If there's something they call conditional reflex. If you take that girl from an environment where she was corrupted, where she was, and where she was involved in those such things, you carry her somewhere else, you clean her up, you bring her back. As soon as you get back in that environment, there's a tendency that she can go back to that particular thing she was doing. So that's why I was telling you, I say, have they tried to change her location to put her somewhere else and put her in a different setting and see how it go? So this is the situation. The young people are so much. I don't know what else now to do. We're praying now. In fact, I give back to you, Amy.
Thank you. I think Ture wanted to pull up some pictures, right, Ture? Or
yeah,
we're still fighting on it.
I'm loading out. I'll start bringing them on. Just go to the next person.
Okay, so Mr.
And you also asked about the president travel, right? I didn't talk about that. I don't know what
about he went to what the hospital name today?
There's a hospital in Japan. He went to, right? Because I need myself, I can't call it. The people who know how to call it.
So him and the hospital manager or something. I had it right up here. But anyway, you know the story. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's that. That's welcoming. Look, the Japanese government has been a long-term partner to Liberia. Even the other extension of the JFK today that they have, where they have I think it's the maternity center. The Japanese government is the one that have really been helping that particular side of the hospital. They have been doing very well. And President Boakai, it is my hope and prayer that he will get something out of this particular trip. I know there are people who think that it is not necessary for the president to go along with Entourage to Japan to ask one of the most industrialized country, the country
Right.
that is advanced in nanotechnology. Today, most of the technology that we use in the software, the computers, cars that are made in Japan, and these are areas like Bro lacks. And there are a lot of things we can get from Japan. And you cannot have the president to have all of the languages of all of those technical areas of fees. You need people who are actually specialized in those fees to meet counterpart from that side and speak the languages that they can understand, just like how doctors do. When doctors meet, they use the medical terminology. And so with those other people, when they meet their counterpart, they will speak the terminology and try to find a relationship, try to find a way that you can solicit help to your sector and bring something home. It might not be instant, but if you lay the groundwork, because people don't know that for Liberia again to be respected among community or nation, that Liberia will need to start doing engagement. And this engagement are important. It's not only for today, but everybody want to eat for today. Like the problem of Liberia, everybody want to eat today. And you can't eat everything today. You have to plant a seed, nurture it, and allow it time to grow. That's how people can reap tomorrow. When harvest comes, people can just automatically go and just harvest. You have to first sow the seed. So that's one of the processes that we have to pay key attention to for development to come. Liberia again will have to be respected. One, we already sitting at the as a non-permanent on the Security Council, which is a very big boost to our security sector. That's the reason why the U.S. is even using Liberia now as one of the regions for one of the military installation. You know that already. And it has given Liberia another face. So if this multilateral and trilateral relationship of meetings where you have the president and other key government officials going there and sending Liberia to them again is put us in another bracket. But I know the other people from the other end will all want to say something to score political point. But be as it may, I'm wishing the president and his entourage well. I know there are other programs they went off for. They get the export also. They're going to see cultural ambassador Julie Andy is there with the other team, and they are doing everything to showcase Liberia out there. So I say bravo to them. I wish them all the best. I hope we come back with something positive and something that will give Liberia another face. Thank you, Amy.
Amy, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. So healthcare, we cannot just get up and just on our own, just make our health system, vibrant like that, right? We have to partner with people who know what they're doing, who have done it better, who are doing it better. And like from let's say Japan being one of the, big industrialized, right? Something like that, and in technology and in everything, and they have all of the Cisco, the whatever technology in human, that's such the human body to that's the in-healthcare that does all of that. And what best place to go than there and have partner to partner with to come to your country and help you. And like we learned they did that for the CT scans and other stuff then for JFK or whatever. Some stuff they have partnered with JFK and done some of that, and people seen it as you go to the hospital. The hospital you go to, the person will go to and do this and do that. No, I don't want to say the word, but you go to the hospital then, and all of those places have conference rooms and stuff that people can go, or dignitaries and stuff to meet with, right? And after that, they bring you into the facility to show you all of these equipments that you don't have in your country. That you go to India, then you go into these big people, or Ghana or whatever places, and to have those things done on you or your people. So showing them these things, yeah, we need some of this. The person will say, yeah, we don't have these things in our country and something, and we will need you to partner with us to help our health system to boost it to where it needs to be. What is there that is so hard to understand? You want all the health system is like that. The person is not doing nothing. When the person is doing something, the person is not going to sit in his mansion, in the executive mansion, and make those things happen. He has to go out there and lobby, and to make it to happen, you have to have the engagement, to make those things happen. So, and that's what is going on. But like we said, at the end of the day, Liberia is a country that, damn if you do, damn if you don't. People will talk. They will politicize it. Whether it doesn't need to be, whether it needs to be, that one that your own, you pick it. But there will be people who will always find something wrong somewhere. So they say you mind the noise in the market, you won't buy. As long as you're doing something as a leader, as long as you're doing something at the end of the day that the people will see the results. You know what I mean? Don't pay anybody any mind. Your haters will always talk. But if you're doing something wrong and they're talking, yeah, you need to desist from it. But if there's something that you know is good for the country and is good for the people, and you sure that it's going to yield results, just go ahead and do it. That's what I come in. Mr. Davis, can you give us your little 2 cents on that? You muted.
So I disagree with all of you guys.
I know. That's what makes it good. Tell us
because the first thing I'm listening, they say the president traveled with huge delegation, which he condemns in the past.
How many he traveled with?
According to the news, they say 40.
Okay. That news is fake, by the way.
Okay, what a fake?
23.
Majority of the people that went, they had nothing to do there. On our T-shirt now and Expo 2025 in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
So the delegation going to the dating is money. And money they want. Their hotel bill is not there. Each government official maybe they get up to $500 per day. These are the money they're looking for. They're not looking for whether they go to Japan, whether they travel to Japan. When you travel a government official, you get per diem. They give you the per diem per day. That's not your hotel, that's not your feeding.
Mm-hmm.
So carry huge delegation. That money sir will take it to give it to get some of the drug people from out of the street. It's unnecessary. One of the presidents in Africa that don't travel too much, you know how many presidents? There are 3 presidents in the country then that break away from ECOWAS. They don't travel too much, but the country is developing.
Ibrahim Traoré.
Yeah, Traoré, not traveling. But Mali president not traveling, Niger president not traveling.
Traoré is only one country, Russia.
Huh?
I said he does only one country, what, Russia?
He hardly don't go there, sir. He only went there for that one program. That's it. But his country is developing. He's sitting down right there. His country is developing. He said, let them be light, and they were light. Now he built one of the biggest stadiums in Africa.
But Mr. Davis, can we compare Traoré's situation to that of Liberia? Are we being fair with our comparison here, or the Mali and so that everybody taking their country by their own? So and kicking those people out. Have Liberia kicked the U.S. out? Or everybody and say we are doing this.
Liberia need to push the US out. Now go Liberia and say you open Mali's company. They will frustrate you to run away from there. Then the Chinese man come there with Chinese people that can brand that skin, beat them, they'll gain a concession.
You're welcome, that person. That's the problem.
That's the problem with getting there. They will not even look at you, I mean. They will not look at you. Can you imagine? I said I was sending you my car document. Car where about $650 that may accident. They say the value of the car at $5,900, but I'm paying to clear it $3,100 to clear it. So am I paying 75-80% of the money of the car?
That's too much.
I was sending you all the documents here. That's criminal. So how you think we're going to help the other people? I sent some old car for your uncle. Then they say the car at 1970 car, a 10-year-old. Do you have even 1-year-old car in your country? The 1-year-old car that got no official riding. You get a 1-year-old car, they charge you a exorbitant. Like, bro,
so which one has the higher price? The older car or the newer car?
All of them. I don't understand them. That blue ball, I don't understand the red blue ball.
That brother got his own blue ball.
That's when you carry the newer car, they will charge you exorbitant. And you buy that car 30,000, you end up paying 20,000 to clear it.
What?
If you carry old car, where you buy $450, they say 10-year-old, then they will put that blue ball inside, they say that 6,000 the value, then they charge you 3,000 or 4,000 to clear it. Are you paying half of the money or paying more of the money to the car? These are problems that our country is faced with. That's why I tell you, one executive not take some decision. Let me tell you, in African government, nobody bigger than the president. That getting everyone say senator representative, they can impeach nobody. In the whole Africa, you not see the say senator and representative impeach somebody. It where? It can't where. The president get more executive. You the senator, you talk too much, I take security away from you.
What?
I mean, you run away from the country. Let me see where you were sent to impeach me.
Like what Donald Trump doing in America here?
You talk plenty of take the security away from you. You will be vulnerable. You want to live in your own community. We'll be sending some so around here, be talking of your friend with
dictatorship though.
They're not dictatorship. Africa don't believe in democracy. If you carry pure democracy in Africa, Africa will never go anywhere.
It will not work.
It will never work. That democracy will not work for Africa.
So why are we pretending in Liberia?
We don't need a president like you people come from America, like you come from America, you say democracy. Me, I say believe in that Liberia need to be on some form of government that the president need to make all the decisions. That's the only way. Is it already in Burkina Faso? When you say you want role they play, nobody can say no.
Absolutely.
No parliament.
I like that.
No noise maker. No parliament. Inside the country development. But the parliament, we got to follow procedure. What kind of parliament you always get? The only way I know that in the whole year, they can't wear more than 3 months. In the whole year. 5 minutes, they go for reset. They go for reset. They go for break. They go for little one. But the same paying there.
Yeah.
Nothing they're doing. Then when they call them, they create that confusion when they call them. Then they get I don't know how many million dollars for them to come back. That the time you see the children to Capitol building can be causing confusion and the protesting. All these things got to stop. Everything got to stop. All senator representatives don't get one car for their life. When you representative, they give you one car like until you move from there. You spoil your own, you buy your own set car from your own pay. So if we get one senator car, what about the other employee? What happened to them? What happened to their life?
You said one car for your life.
Yeah, because they get free duty. They can, even to the poor, they get free duty. They can collect things free.
They got everything free. That's why I say what's
so why do we get what do they 2 car, 3 car to senator, 2 car to representative? Why? Then we're talking about the people that are on the street. What kind of money you use? The Minister of Youth and Sports told Gafwan getting 500,000. Gafwan said no, I gave her 900,000. Said no, that only 500,000 receipt. To what they call the Zogo or whatsoever. So what kind of money do 500,000 I wanted to send it up per now? So that's the
bottleneck we'll be talking about, right?
Yeah.
You know, the finance minister sound for 900,000. Then through
You
the
were supposed
process,
to receive 500,000.
you know, I mean, look. At the end of the day, I am absolutely against that number of dedication to Japan. And I don't care who want to spin it, anyhow they want to spin it. We have a system in our country, or there's a saying that says, if snake bites you, when you see anything that crawling on the ground, it will make you wrong. And it's absolutely true. We have seen this before. Matter of fact, we build the theaters. We have seen that movie before. We have seen that play out again and again and again. And I totally agree with Mr. Davis. When we see delegation, even during Madam Salif time, when some of these people come here, they're not coming for business. I'm sorry. We'll see some of them on Woolen Avenue here, saying down to the African restaurant, right? And you're absolutely right, Davis. We're not even talking about the plane. We're not talking about the flight cost, the cost of the flight. We're not talking about hotel. We're not talking about the pardon. We're not talking about the insurance. There are so many levels to this. All right? And I'm sorry. When you came with the sole purpose of rescuing people, we have to start seeing some patterns that's different from what we have had before. There has to be some level of your approach has to be different. The way you move has to be different. And while I'm seeing this government doing things differently, but if we start seeing some, if we start seeing some indicators, or at least something that we have been accustomed to seeing, we start seeing some of these semblances and stuff like that, we have to call them out. We have to call it out. We live in a generation now where efficiency is the key. And you don't have to do more to be efficient. When you're traveling with 40 people in 1974, because you didn't have access to internet, someone had to carry a typewriter and be tapping on a plane while people can get to your location. We don't need typewriter no more. We have AI. Use it to your T. That's what is there. These are advancements in human science that people need to take advantage of. Something that 16 people used to join to do, one man can sit there and do it now.
Wow, DeRay.
You know what I'm saying? No. Amy, let me tell you this, right? And I almost guarantee you tell me now, Dillon is the what? Is the senator?
You don't like chief of staff. He's the chief of staff now.
Right, he's in charge of what?
He's not a chief of
staff.
I mean,
don't go with Mr.
And I like Dillon, right? I like Dillon. But you tell me, what Dillon gonna do on that trip?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. I know Dillon is the foreign affairs chair. I don't know if he's
but the foreign minister there. Look, the foreign minister there.
I am sorry. We got people capable of doing these things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know what his role on there, to be honest.
Look, look, I'm telling you, if you don't look, wasteful spending for a country that do so less in domestic revenue generation should not be the one. We don't have surplus. We don't operate in surplus in our country. Everything we have is limited. There is no sector in Liberia that don't need help. Even the very gateway to the nation economy, the Freeport need a huge overhaul. There is so much that needs to be done in that Freeport to be efficient. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the healthcare, the dilapidated condition in which those healthcare infrastructures are in. We're not talking about education that we don't have anything on. We look at the state-run university. Look at that, bro. Look at the state-run university. The pin itself. If you go into school, something that we did not really pay a lot of attention to growing up back then, mold. You know what mold can do to your brain? Look at the pin on that wall. It's more infested. We're not talking about none of these things. So there are so many areas that when I see wasteful spending happening, it really gives me, I cannot wrap my head around it. So we have to start looking at things differently. We need to start doing things differently. Look at the president of Tanzania. That man, when that man traveled, Amy, the man traveled with 5%. That's it. That's it. We're not traveling with 26 delegates. We don't have money for that. We're not doing that. Let's use that money to buy extra beds in the hospitals. Let's get benches for our students. We're not doing none of these things. But we travel, came on this trip. I won't say so down there. I saw Charisma and all of them coming on these trips. Like what? Like for what? These are all meant for photo op. That's exactly what it is. And take this picture and put on social media. That's it. That's it. And I'm obviously putting my sister on a blast, but that's so many of them. They travel on this trip just for photo op. That's what it is. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. I give it back to you.
Thank you,
Amy, can I ask you one question? Amy, can I ask you one question?
Amy is the one doing the question asking here.
Yeah, I just want to ask family one question. I think family can answer the question for me. How many delegates George Bush carried to Liberia?
Who?
George Bush, President Bush.
I don't know the other history lesson. Where you taking it from? To ask me about George Bush. George Bush, I know how you asked me for my age. We asking me how.
You talking about 1847?
Yeah. How old were you?
How much history do I know about
George? How old are you about 1847?
Wait a minute. So
what you trying? 2000 what?
What you trying?
2008, I believe.
No, he went 2006, 5.
No,
not 6, 5. I think it was in second term.
So that was
2008. It was his final term before Obama took over.
2008. How many delegates?
I don't know. If you know the figure, just let us know.
Last 7, 8. Yeah.
Look,
that man, every country in America gets security already. So they don't need security.
Mr. There is a family make a point. Go ahead.
Look, I don't know why you asking that question, because if you look at the president that you're talking about, who has his own
private jets.
I don't even want to call it private
Air Force One.
Only Donald Trump, the president in America, like a private jet.
Mr. Davis, where you coming from?
So the Air Force One you're talking about, I would get it.
Air Force One for American government, it's not for president.
Yeah, but
it's not for individual president, for all the presidents.
Of course. So if the president is traveling, which one going?
It's not his own private jet.
But the country own it, right? And the country
the country own it.
Yeah, but the country paying for it.
Yes.
Okay, then that's fine. At least he get on, but Labrador get one. Labrador have her own jet.
The president get it, but they won't get it.
Is that supposition I don't want to use. That supposition that it make we too old and we get nothing to show. Everybody say supposed to. That supposition make the generation of young people today, they get nothing. Because you're the people who came from that generation without supposition. You have too many expectations. And in the end, you miss your step and you won't bring it on honor. So that's what Frank Fanon said. Every generation must identify that mission, either for failure or you betray it. And when you betray it, become a burden to the next generation. So that burden that the young people have today, you're betraying on the struggle now. You're putting on, you're making it not to accept it. So now here's the thing. Look, I am not in support of having, the huge people going on an entourage for a program of this nature. I'm not in support of that, because I have said it over and over on this show. If you look at it, I said there are a lot of waste in our government.
Yeah.
And the waste that is in our government was calculated. It was criminally, calculated and manipulated by President Sirleaf. And it was because President Sirleaf had her plan, because she had a plan.
and she has structure of government that is dominated by state bureaucrat that was imported. Manaseri had most of her friends or ministers who she was bringing in her government. They were people who were working in top companies who were making thousands of dollars. And looking at the society Manaseri was coming to inherit, or Manaseri was inheriting, the only way Manaseri felt that she could have her will is to give those country boys who have been economically dispossessed, who have been far away from, seek out financial real cash. The best way she could do is to copy a system and bring it to Liberia. And it was imposed on the Liberian people that all of those boys who went in our house, they never do anything apart from collecting envelope.
Yeah,
you saw that. And so now it have already eaten the society so much that it takes a man with courage to really come over there. Okay, let's call it like this now. If this was bad, we saw what happened when President George Weah took over. And he came on a mantra of po for peace and prosperity. It was this young man who has the calorie, who has all of the energy, that people thought that because he came from the slum in Gibraltar, he ate gari and beans, he had all of the energy. He was going to say, you know what, I have lived in opulence because I was a soccer star. I have lived life, so I don't need wealth. I don't need material wealth. I don't need anything. So let me cancel out this particular affluence, the waste that we have on over. Let me cancel everything and bring the budget back down to a place where our ordinary people can benefit, because this government is for the poor people. But he did not. But in fact, it was during his administration that the budget was even inflated. And it was because they never had any other chance now to generate money, so they have to push in somewhere to smartly went through the IMF to broad the issue of harmonization. And the harmonization was only for the poor. It only affected people who was,
I think the harmonization, there's something I'm about to ask you, whether it was where they implemented it, was it a problem or the whole idea of it?
Look, the harmonization was not a bad idea. Nobody should get it wrong. But if the harmonization only targeted people who was below the ladder, then I mean it is dead upon arrival. The harmonization was primarily, and in the grand scheme of logic, should be primarily for people who are higher earners.
Absolutely.
They are the one that should really be harmonized, so that that money can be cut and be, and some be added on to people who are really lower. The people, look at, during his administration, people were making as low as $75. And today, even the minimum wage that was even on the book, they were not even going by it. So yes, we are not saying that this government has everything taken care of, but we needed more from a young man with the energy. And then now, for President Barack not to go back, we don't know yet, maybe, just maybe, to go back at some point and say, you know what, after consultation, you can call all the leaders of all of the various branches of government. They can still sit, because they say equal but coordinate branches. All of them, they are independent but they coordinate, because all of the branches of government can coordinate. If President Bouaka can sit around the table with all the leaders of all of the other branches and say, gentlemen, this is what is unfolding. Let us see whether we can tailor this budget. Let us tailor our budget to a place that it will meet the expectation of the Liberian people. Let us say, cut on some of the waste, especially this exorbitant salary. Say we spending most of our money on recurrent expenditure. Let us cut on some of our salary and benefits and put that money to other essential areas, the education, the health, the security, and other areas, so that in fact, even into the private sector, so that we can support our brand own businesses, so that they can boom and grow, and it will increase the employment rate for the other people. So it depends. That's what I said. It takes a man with courage to do that, and for that one to happen, either be President Barack either become a dictator, because that's exactly what they will say. He either be a dictator, suspend the constitution, and just cancel that entire thing and say this is what I'm going to do. Then it might go that way. That's the only way. But for now, that budget, I don't know how they're going to do it. It will take a miracle person to do that.
Thank you. So Terrell, you think that this is what I always say, right? As much as we want this budgeting to come there, should it be the president, or is it the president responsibility, or the one to say that I'm cutting everybody budgets? With the way it's set up that the legislature is the one taxway setting that how much they get paid, stuff like that, which was a bad idea. I don't know who did that. Prayer Brown, cousin Prayer Brown, who needs to come here so we can deal with her because it was part of the Constitution, something I think. Who gave them that right? And as they said, separate but equal branches of government. Now we saw the whole battle in the House. President Walker was being dragged into it and being called a dictator and something. But then when it comes to other places, they want him to be the one to take this action to break that, huge salary cut for lawmakers and all of that. Does he have that authority, or should we nitpick when it comes to or the Constitution and what he's allowed to do or what he's not allowed to do?
Well, yeah, these are constitutional matters. At least some of it are, and I'll tell you exactly what the president have influence on and what the president have influence on. The president definitely have influence over the executive. He does not have any influence over the legislature. The people, you know what I mean? They come up with their own stuff. But the president have a way that could ensure that there's pressure put on these people to have them capitulate to what is it that the president wants. That's politics. You know what I mean? That's what the wise people will do, right? Have you heard of citizen uprising? We need that to happen in our country. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm not saying it in a negative way. Mm-hmm. I think people need to get in the street and people need to demand that
the Constitution
that we have right now, the Constitution on these books,
needs to be amended.
They are not in any way representing our interests. Right? Mm-hmm. These are stuff we're talking about, Amy. I cannot in any rational and no intellectual that can really make this to make any sense to me whatsoever. There is absolutely nowhere in hell that a country like Liberia that is repaying your lawmaker $15,000 a month. It don't make sense.
Oh,
I don't understand it. Right? Even you look at La Côte d'Ivoire, they don't pay them that much money. You look at Guinea, go in that region.
I think in that whole region, Liberia is the highest.
Nobody pays their representative the kind of money that will pay these guys. And it's a slap in our faces, and it's a sting on all the lawmakers' conscience, because they themselves know that they are not justly earning the money that they are giving. What are they bringing to the table? When we talk about all the table thing, what are you bringing to the table? Let them look in their eyes and tell us what value are they bringing to the table? What value their work? What value their work actually adding to the social well-being of the Liberians? They're just taking the exorbitant salaries. It's doing nothing for the people. Look at their districts. Look at the people they are representing. Are they representing their interests? Why is it that we have hospitals with no beds? Why is it that we have hospitals with absolute no medication? What's the essence of representation when the people are not represented? You know what I mean? Look, Liberia, I'm telling you, man, a convoluted nation would be an understatement. Liberia is a country that I don't understand. I don't know how people running that country. And the president, let me tell you this. The president told us during campaign time that Liberia is so easy to govern. The president said that. And the president said, all it takes you to do the right thing. And Mr. President, I'm telling you, I've seen the president getting a little bit comfortable. I've seen the president You know, his job doing everything is settling in nicely, right? By the end of the day, man, the president need to be a president. Like David said, we can all talk about the House of Representatives,
Mr. Derek, put your hands down, please.
the Senate, or we talk about the legislature, the judiciary. We can say all of these things. I've said this and I'll say it again. Liberia is not in any way the form of government that we have is not compatible to our nature.
No.
And if you look at it, we try to use direct, if not direct, same thing like we have in the US. But
we're not doing it there.
Whatsoever.
It's
because if we look at
way, but it's not being implemented the way they're doing it here. But they
do government back for representative in a player?
No.
No, they do not. Do government give them gas slip? No, they do not.
I know they have benefits, but
because at the end of the day, they do have benefits. But I'm telling you, Amy, the money the representative make, maybe if you tell me it gave them access, yes, whatever they can get, whatever they can get on the back end, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're looking at strictly salary,
yeah,
no, they're not making no money. They're not making no money. Yeah. Maybe if you tell me where some of these lawmakers in America get that money, maybe from the Fortune 500 company trying to push certain bill and stuff like that, and it getting a cut on the side, that is possible. But if we're just looking at salary, oh hell no. Do you know at a certain point, Amy, when Paul Ryan was the Speaker of the House, and at that time, Emmanuel Nukwe was the Speaker of our own house in Liberia. Do you know Emmanuel Nukwe was making twice the amount Paul Ryan was making?
And they come in here to beg Paul Ryan.
Do you know Emmanuel was making annually 3 times the amount the U.S. Speaker of the House?
3 times?
3 times the amount the U.S. Speaker of the House then, under Barack Obama's second term, Paul Ryan. Make that make sense. Just make that make sense.
You can try.
That makes no damn sense. You can't have the Speaker of the House in Liberia, a country that begs for everything, a country that look for handout for everything.
Beg the U.S.
A country that the president cannot become president. The first 2 weeks, they're traveling to go back. And they're bringing that money in. They are not putting it to use to the benefit of the people. They are just using it for salary and self-aggrandizement. Then they're up in a plane again, going to go back for more. It don't make sense. I don't understand it. And look, if we're going to follow the trend, we're going to do this for the 6 years, and we're going to go again for another 6 years, another president. That's going to be another story. And we need to start having this conversation as independent thinker, as people that are not in any way, or beholden to any special group, beholden to any political party to say, oh, I think I am wrong, or someone Ben Rodin needs to talk these things. No, we have to have a conversation, and we have to say that.
It's ridiculous. Thank you. And you said it right. The citizen has got to, see this as, that's why when they don't come up with that bill about them reducing that salary, and everybody, when he said, because the attention was so much on him for everybody wanted him to slip. Everybody wanted him to do bad. People are something so, and then the country fed into that, right? Nobody supported the idea of him saying that, right? So Raza Watt, his colleagues were refusing and stuff to stand up on that and support him. Like you said, citizen uprising. Nobody did that, nothing. But then when Senator Dillon said, oh, my ticket, let's say the ticket was $400, but I paid $200 for the ticket. Oh, everybody, the whole country went wild. Like, our priorities are so jacked up, right? I'm not saying that you shouldn't question somebody's integrity, but if where the thing you're so concerned about, if it's nothing that is hurting anybody and the one that is hurting people, you're not concerned about that. But the one that is not hurting, it's like you today, you tell me I went to the store to buy my dress, right? With my own money. And then you keep me say, oh, I like that dress, so I want to get it for my wife. How much you pay for it now? I paid $20 for it. And I tell you, oh, the dress or $10. You did not give me money to buy this dress. This is my own dress, right? I don't want to tell you my price. I just told you say it was $10. That's my own money. You didn't give me the money. If that was money you gave me to go to something and you give me $20 and I came and lied to you, said the dress for $20 and I ate the change, that would be something that, when you all upset about, people will understand. But if it's my money and I'm only telling you what I want to tell you, I don't see how that hurting anyone. But where's something that will affect, that will make an impact on the whole country? He brought this up and nobody had time for it. Nobody cared about it. Nobody, oh, I did it again. Oh, I did it again. Up to now.
Yeah, Amy, internet is reconfiguring. Let me just step in. So basically, let me get level on that Sony you're trying to say.
Yeah, I can hear Amy.
Yeah, I'm not hearing her. She like her internet is literally like rebooting or something. Can you hear me,
Mr. David?
But look, that would
I can hear Amy. Ture, I think that's the internet, bro.
Mr. David, can you hear me?
Yes,
really?
I hear you clear.
I can hear from I can hear Ture, but I don't know why Ture said he's not hearing me. He's still not hearing me, Ture?
Okay, let me mute then.
Yeah, I don't think he's hearing me. So yeah, so where he talked about, he proposed that salary reduction. I thought Liberian people was gonna stand up on that and kind of support him and make noise about that to make sure that happened. But then they still asking them about salary reduction as if as a single senator he can do it all on his own with the other people refusing and then somebody on his back, instead of being on every single one of those lawmakers back, they own one senator backs. It doesn't make any sense to me. So our country, like, we have a problem, seriously. And we need their salary issue needs to be addressed. Not only the salary is high, the whole benefit thing, you get gas slips that it was sometimes 150 gallon of gas. Some
3,
people just
3,000.
$3,000 or 3,000 gallons?
3,000 gallon.
Look at that. 3,000 gallons of gas. They all get it across the board.
Yeah, they got to get it for that generator in that car.
Why are we paying for if the generator in their home? Why are we paying for these people things that got going on in their homes? Why are we paying for that? Why are we paying for why are we giving them free and everything? And because they are doing it, they want everything free. They want LEC free. They want because it's like when you work in the government, that's why everybody want to be government official. They want to be lawmaker. And then when you work in the government, then you're supposed to get everything. And the other people who don't work in the government, they get nothing. Bring in container and everything, something. You get all of that free, and you're making the money. But the ones that are making the money, they get a higher price. So I don't understand what sense this make to anybody when they were crafting this. But yeah, something has to get done about it, and we really need to stand up. So this need to stand up and make some noise about this. Go ahead, Formula.
Yeah, I was just going to add up a few things. Oh,
no, Formula, you had your time before.
Oh.
Right?
You are sleeping just now. You now wake up quick. Say the matter. All right, go ahead. Mr. David, go ahead. You are sleeping just now.
I was not sleeping. I was listening to you. I was jotting down most of the point you were saying. The problem, so now I get some issue with family is that he listed Ellen Johnson fought, listed Joe Weah fought. When he read to Baka, he threw away. Hey, you understand? He said Ellen Johnson imported employee into the country. He imported people to come work with her in the country. People he feel like he can work with. Then he look at Brown Envelope and give it to the lawmaker then.
Yeah,
but that's listen. You forget to know that Joseph Baka also import employee. Then Joseph Baka import employee. Who are the minister of state? The men are died.
What employee? He's a
The min-
Liberian.
The minister of state, yeah, but Ellen Johnson, Ellen Johnson brother were not Liberian.
No, but if you're talking the import stuff, I don't know where you came from.
That's why he said. That's why I said that. What family
Oh,
said?
okay. So because it makes sense that the people already afraid of us there that we are Indian Liberian and
Yes. So Ellen Johnson bro, so then the minister of state that just died was imported by Boaka.
God bless the soul.
The Freeport manager, they imported him from Philadelphia. A lot of the people that were in the government, they imported them. So don't put everything on one person. All of them doing it. When we're talking about private jet, Joseph Baga also doing it. Just start, doing more than even though almost coming close to Jovia.
Nah, come on now, Davis.
I'm gonna tell Joseph Baga 18 more. How many private jet in Iraq?
You
literally had the thing ran out. He had
ran out, sitting there.
He still got it.
Okay. If we talk against it, we shouldn't use it.
No, but
we're not supposed to use it. When you talk
I want him
against it,
to
don't use
finish
it.
first to let the man finish.
Let me finish. So all those ones started. When it came about the reduction in salary, I think I call it what somebody told them, bro, what they need, man.
Harmonization.
Harmonization. Family was wrong in his connection on harmonization. Harmonization was not to reduce people's salary and whatsoever. Harmonization was set to bring more solution into government. That's the reason they set harmonization for. So you are making $500, they can put 4 solutions there to reduce your money to 150 to pay at least how many people now 500.
So they didn't use that to bring the budget down.
No, they're not bringing the budget down to bring more people in government. Whether you qualify or not qualify, they bring you.
So that's okay.
That's what the harmonization was for. That's why you see solution. They why they reducing them, they can't say reduce. It's gave government hard time because the way bills were too high. That's how the harmonization came about. To what? To put more solution people put money in their pocket. Why you used to say somebody to say we put money in the people pocket, the people making 125, 75, they put money in people pocket. Like what the harmonization was for, to get some solution in there.
So basically, they rob the poor to pay the poor instead of robbing the rich.
To get another poor
they try to do Robin Hood, but they got it all twisted up. Okay.
And when it comes to budget, if I were president, I can make the citizens to rise against the representative and senator.
Yeah.
If I were the president, the budget start with the president. The budget start in the president's hand and send it to the Senate for allocation. The Senate representative. Let me get you the senator 1,500, my minister making 1,500. Let me start the senator with $2,000. Let me see. And then I will open it the way we have social media now. I will open it to the community. All the community in Liberia. All of them will know about it. Then the senator then say, no, we can make 1,500. The citizen will come against them. That's how you're going to make the citizen to come against their own representative senator.
They want to can be standing in the sun to protect the criminal that are going to court?
They can do it. You, the president, get power. The one was saying, the president get power in the Senate, get power. The president can tell you who you want as the Senate pro tem, who you want as speaker. The president can demand for that. It been happening. It happened in any government. It happened in Georgia government. Now it's not happening in Boaga government. Boaga want to come. You want to cover? You don't want to cover at all. You want to come? Come is in power.
That doesn't mean that. I don't know. That's not. There's no empirical facts for that.
No, that
the empirical fact. The man say he reduced the speaker.
My man, the message said that it was not President
Brown. Okay, you were reduced speaker. I tell you, was not your speaker. The president can get Brown. He said, Eddie Johnson gave Brown envelope. Boga is also getting Brown envelope.
Talks, guys. Let the man land. Go ahead.
Okay, finish now. Because they Mr. Davis, man.
I know your horses. When the man land,
Jim David.
Oh yeah, peace. Go ahead.
I'm saying you made a lot of allegations on Eddie Johnson. Eddie Johnson was giving Brown envelope. Baka also will not get brown.
You're right. Just laying your talks now.
Ellen Johnson get brown envelope. Joe will get brown envelope. Baka also gave me the same brown envelope. That red envelope Baka gave me. All of them are the same brown envelope they give me. When they want something to pass, they want something to be to favor them, they will get that brown envelope. They don't know the red envelope anybody give me. You can't tell me say Baka Kino Power, he get no brown envelope. Baka get brown envelope. You can have a minute. You can have a minute in the hotel. Some representatives they go in the hotel. You think that what the president was in favor of it. The president can do anything in Africa. I tell you, African president. Nobody can impeach them. Forget about impeachment. You know see it happened before? Nowhere in Africa they can impeach president. Except the military go override you. The thing where they had the Arab Spring that started from their country going to their country, they bring it together on the spring too.
Oh.
So that we're gonna spring they'll call it, they're not call it Arab Spring, they'll call it Liberia Spring.
Yeah, Liberia Spring.
Thank you. Why you no spring? But go ahead from the brain will no spring.
You said something, you might be politically correct, you know, but on the other end, in as much as we don't have and you don't have any facts to substantiate that claim, I will not agree with you on it. I agree that the president can favor somebody eventually, and to take a seat to help in making his work easier. But I cannot agree with you on this emphatic nature of saying the president wanted coup, as if you have all the evidence in your hand and you can prove beyond reasonable doubt the president actually went and say you remove Kofa. No. But here's the thing, politically it might be right. There might be some logic inside, because it's always in Africa, like you said it, in Africa, and even in the US, it happened. That's in politics. More besides, the area I wanted to come on with you on the issue, I don't want to lose that one, is that Manasseh Lee had imported state bureaucrats. I'm not changing from that. We said it before. Manasseh Lee had imported state bureaucrats. We are not saying they're not Liberians. They were Liberians. But those Liberians came with demands. And Manasseh Lee did not consider that Liberia had just came from civil crisis. Those imported state bureaucrats did a copy and paste of something that they knew. At that time, Manasseh Lee was a darling of the West. We all said it here. Manasseh Lee was wanting and darling with the West. And because of the portfolio that Manasseh Lee came with, the morale, I would call it, that was a political morale. Manasseh Lee came on this morale that she was the first female president.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of those countries out of the West, Manasseh Lee were carrying this lacrama politically, say people who are always tearful when speaking in public. Manasseh Lee were carrying that cry to the outside war. Say, see us, we just came from war. We get anything, we want to rebuild our country. That was the language Manasseh Lee were going with. And people were chipping in money. Organizations were chipping in money. Universities, people were sending money left and right. You know how many billions of dollars came in during Manasseh Lee administration? But what happened? Manasseh Lee set up the government in a way that the budget was not even reflecting. The budget was a kangaroo budget. It was covered up in a way that, we using bulk of the money we are using for reconstruction. That's what it was. That was the message we were carrying out. We want to rebuild. They said all the institutions were broken. The health institution were down, the education were down, and everything. No safe drinking water, no electricity. Manasseh Lee carried the country just like that. And so those people were sending in their money. But guess what? For Manasseh Lee to have investors to come, to get investor confidence and other things, Manasseh Lee was spending money and to get her well through. Why you think they said 66 Booker's concession agreement was signed during Manasseh Leaf administration, and only two met international best practice, because the best way Manasseh Leaf could have the concession to go through was the issue of this brown envelope. This is the administration that we knew that brown envelope came from. And people all over Boston, in fact, the dollar raised the entire economy. Everywhere the Boston was there. Why will you say a poor country like Liberia and you go say we should use car for 3 years? On what circumstance?
I don't know, my brother.
Manasseh Leaf for going out begging for money, asking people for money, and then you were there still paying your minister 15,000, 20,000 for what?
Yeah.
So we are not saying that President Barker was not part of it. President Barker was part of it. And I said, you always twist him and war. You said, oh, I be on Manasseh, I be on Joe. We are not reaching President Barker, and I slide it. I said, no. I did not say it like that. What I said was that Manasseh Lee set up this whole thing. And then when the Liberian people said, we are done with the Selile administration, we wanted somebody. That's why you see the Church of Hope was easily captivated by the Liberian people, because the Liberian people saw themselves in Josh Weah, who came from the slum of Gibraltar, who was who was member of that lumpen proletariat that they consider themselves to be. Josh Weah came from that particular group. That's the reason why they say he looked like us and we look like him, because he came from our setting. So this man is the best man, and with the energy to change, to give us the hope, that hope for change you're talking about. We thought he was going there now with that energy, the young man energy, to say, you know what, I've lived in Europe, I live in part of the world, I've lived a very good life, I've accomplished everything that this life could offer me. So let me deprive myself of this luxury of being a president and just go there and go for the poor people and change the life of the Liberian people. Grab that budget, tear that whole budget, and say, you know what, this budget is not in the interest of the Liberian people, we'll get a new budget. But guess what? When Samuel Tuah reviewed the budget and saw everything, remember Samuel Tuah was a consultant on Manasseh Lita. He know exactly where all the crooked thing can go at. And then he advised Josh Weah. He said, look, we cannot reduce the budget. They came on a trial and error method in the first 3 years. They tried the budget, it was not working. That's why they brought harmonization, because it was not holding. They were not even meeting up money. That's why Samuel Tuah kept going to the central bank, taking money from donor account to pay teachers, pay salary, and pay other things. They were not getting money. You think where we're coming from? It was not working. And then he brought this strategy or say, let's inflate the payroll, bring more of our policy on board. And they were not in their harmonization where you miscalculated over there. The harmonization was not because they wanted to pay sedition or to bring sedition on board. No, that was not the intent. IMF would never approve of harmonization or give approval of harmonization.
You think they will go enter IMF debt? But
that's the reason, right? What we were saying outside the harmonization, because this is the picture of the harmonization. There were people who were making so much money, and Joe Weah said he wanted to bring the salary cap. The CDC administration said they wanted to bring salary cap. They wanted to cut down.
And they made George coming.
Yeah, cut down on some of the money that some people were making. He wanted all the ministers to, because there was salary disparity in the government in the previous administration, and Joe Weah said there were some people who were making higher money, and the other people at the C level, director in the other ministry, and the other in the other ministry, one director making 14,000, 15,000, another director start making 10,000. So they said they were bringing the harmonization so that they can tailor the budget in a way that if you are a director making 3,000, all directors should make 3,000. That was the intent. But guess what? It was a pseudo harmonization. It affected only some group of people. In fact, it went down as poor as people who were making $100. They harmonized them, and they were making $75 more. They were even making $50. That's where the agony came from. So it was not the fact that they wanted to put sedition on payroll. That was not the intent of this harmonization. So Josh Weah came in and he set up this entire clique of criminals who came and then why you think Patrick Honor said we married there? Did anybody talk about the money that the guy who Patrick Honor replaced were making? Do we see this administration? Did Patrick Honor go to the legislature say your change money that the people were making? That was the same money he made that what they were taking. So we are not saying that in a poor country like Liberia, President Boakai should agree that his ministers and other officials of government should make that kind of a salary in a poor country when we still crying that the poor people are not getting what they're supposed to get. We are saying that President Boakai should say, look, this is not working for our people and our people are crying so much. Let us, cut down this extra waste. Let's take some of those benefits from the people. If the mayor is making 10,000, why can't he buy gas for a generator? Don't give him no gas slip.
Thank you.
That's nonsense. And why would lawmaker that they goes to work 2 days a week and then they have the remaining 3 days they have community meetings and other things, which of course is not anything major. Most of them don't go back to that constituency. They don't go back to that constituency, so they don't need that gas. How many gas you can go get that man making that type of money? You get buy gas for your own car. And after 3 years, then you say, oh, the man will get another 45,000 to buy a new car. Then he can go and rebuy his other car, his old car you're using for a low at 1,000. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
So we have to change it. And those things, if we change it, our people's life will change drastically. I'm telling you for real. We are not in support of it. We need a government to cut down. Amy, I go back to you, Amy. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you first.
You're not hearing me first, eh? I get back to you. Yeah, absolutely. But welcome, John. The thing is, even if wasn't it, that was a poor something that what his name? Patrick Honor. I know he himself cannot call his salary. It have to come from his boss. But so maybe that's why he said they met it there and all of that. But just because you met something, that doesn't mean you should keep it. And this is what I think happened from the whole Ellen Johnson thing. All of the good stuff that she did, we administration did not capture on it. They only capture on the wrong things in the brown envelope parts, the corruption on steroid. Those are the things that they copied from her. Ellen was a bad girl. She set up the whole, cartel of losing and stuff. And when they came in, they said, well, these people ain't got away with it. Why can't we do our own? That's what we saw happening. So that's why we're asking President Boakai now to change those things. So, I mean, it's not just going to happen in Jackamie, something like that, but I think he has settled enough. He can start to do some other things and undo some other stuff. And do for us to see some differences now. Welcome, George.
Thank you, Amy. Hello, guys. Thank you. It's just an impromptu, visit to the platform. Thank you for keeping in touch, Brenny. It just, I don't know, Mr. Deno, I can see Davis. Okay. I was driving, coming home because I got something to do on my lunch break. So I was driving home and then I hear you talking about something. And that's why I decided, I said, I just got to make a point because I won't be able to call when I'm driving on the phone. So I just decided to come to make this point quickly. Mr. Davis, I understand Liberia is such a country where everything has to be political. People have to be political to be heard. If you say anything that is not political, people don't listen to you, and it has become, a troubling trend in our country. But how be it, we have to sometimes say the truth, and regardless of who is not interested in the truth, we must say it. And I just want to tell you that what you said, that harmonization came because people wanted to bring seditions into power. For the first part of that argument, what I want to say is that seditions are Liberians. So just say to bring more people in government, because it doesn't make sense for you to say, and for anybody to say that to bring seditions, that's why this thing will happen. It was all about how they call it, let's bring more people in government. And I think that was the whole point of the whole matter. So for you saying that for me it was wrong, it shouldn't be that way. The reason why harmonization came is because Liberia wanted to join the IMF program, World Bank program. And the World Bank said the way your salary high, if we credit any money, you ought to pay it. Because all your money you pay in salary. So your salary bill has to come down. So because it was $96 million. So they said the only way we can do it is to harmonize all the salaries, bring salaries down so that we can be able to credit you. Because the money that crediting, they're not giving you free money. Even in America, what you say in that air, if you go to any bank, say you want money from the bank, if the money what you're making, when you take all your expenses there, when no money there for you to eat, the people will not give you their loan because they know say you will not be able to pay. That's how the harmonization came about. So some of these things, when we are saying them, we should also understand that there are other people listening, and to get your credibility in tight, you must say the truth, and that'll do it. That's what I wanted to say. And the second thing I want to say is that today I see my brother Adekoya himself formula talking about dictatorship. President Walker has to be a dictator for the happen. The same thing Senator said from the beginning. He said to develop this country, we have to have a benevolent dictatorship in this country. They started running around with it. Oh, they won't be dictator now. They won't be dictator in the country. When people say things, when it's not in your favor, when you don't like the person that say it, a bad thing. But when in your favor, that good thing. Now, my brother is advocating that for that brother to develop now. It's not because Joe we are eating the money now, Joe we are stealing the money and paying the money. Not because say that brother not developing anymore. It's not developing because there is a House of Representatives and House of Articles Senate. And Mr. Davis, again, just to correct you, the budget does not start with the president, does not end with the Senate. No, the budget firstly goes to the House of Representatives. Our constitution says any financial bill must start in the House of Representatives. So you're wrong for saying that it comes from the president then go to the Senate. No, it has to go to the representative. They are the first people that will look at it, and they can only Senate only concur with them in that. So that's another thing.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Davis. Let's something to wrap this up. Is 11. Let me unmute you. Oh.
If the senator then just create a budget, they say Minister of Transport at 800, they want, who can create it?
Okay, let me explain to you the way the budget works.
Okay.
So the first thing, the government, the executive branch of government, they will go and estimate. Say, look, that money we need to run a ministry, Every ministry will bring that money. What is this all used to run their budget, and everything they want to do, they will put it in front of the finance minister. The ministers will put it together.
Then who is that way now? Then who is that way?
Yeah, but you say it going straight to the Senate. So
no, I say it starts from the executive. The executive presented to the representative. The
mean work starts in the House of Representatives. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, the work not start there. The work start with the president.
Yeah. So the thing is, Mr. Davis, if you send $700 to say you want to buy stationery for the whole year for your for your people, the representative can say no, that's too much money. We only give you $25. You can't do nothing about it.
But that's why I said, who is that way?
Nothing about it. And that's the thing. So if you say the article say the executive got all the power, they don't have the power, my brother. If the representative say
you misquoting me. That's what I said.
Okay.
I said the president can make the citizens to go against the House of Representatives by giving them budget that some will get social media now, that the citizens will understand what the president sent to them.
Someone else is debunking what George is saying here, George. The budget starts from the executive branch.
From the executive.
It ends with the executive.
Yeah, so look, I understand that person's concern. It is technically not exactly what you are saying. I'm not saying that the executive does not create a bill. The executive put a bill together. But in essence, if you look at it, the technical aspect of the bill of the budget, right, which is a bill, it goes to the representative, and the representative will make decisions on it. If it takes it, they ain't giving. Let me tell you, the first thing before you do, you have that estimate. You say how much you getting first. What do you estimate in the whole year? How much you get from taxes? You say I will get $700,000. Let's say for instance, or 700 million. Then that for that 700 million, you start to make those stipulations. What you want to get, how you want to get it, who takes what takes what. You get me? And then when we reach the legislature, they say, okay, the money here, we're not giving the thing to DEA. DEA, they already getting money from the drug dealers, so we're not giving any money. What we do is that we call it and give them other things. That's what happens. Yeah, it is what it is, my brother. It's just the reality of it. Because all the DEA people, they getting caught. All of them on salary with the drug people. So how will the drug not be killing our brothers and sisters? It's hard. But it's just what it is, my brother. So guys, thank you for
I think who the DEA honor? They not honor the executive?
We're making the same
Thank
argument
you.
now.
So in your top, Mr. Davis, so we can go around while closing.
Yeah.
Just go ahead, start something where you're closing. Again.
Okay, let me just start with my closing. Maybe my brother is not understanding the whole budget issue. The budget start with executive. Anybody that not employed with House of Representatives and Senator that employed with the executive, that executive.
The executive.
So everybody go what? They go stand there and defend their budget. The president will call on all the government agencies, all the autonomous agencies, what they need to do, that what they get cabinet meetings. What you all need to do, they come in budget, you all bring you submit your budget. Every ministry, agency, whatsoever, when you attach the government, even your boss cow, they pay you, you will bring your budget.
Mm-hmm.
You say our budget will be 200,000. Out of the 200,000, what you're going to do inside? They're going to specify what they're going to do with the 200,000. Then the president going to mark it down. The president will mark everybody down. And they turn around, they put the legislature down. We give the legislature $20 million. The social media put it on air. This is legislature budget for the whole year, $20 million. But I give them $20 million, but they take it to what? $100 million. Then the people will know that the legislature get the problem. Put it, this social media, they put it on star. Let's say, who leak a secret? Nobody leak it. Okay. The budget for Ministry of Transport is 200,000. The budget for all those the total executive budget came to 3.5 million. But let's see whether the legislature will come bring our own budget to 9 million. Then after the citizens will come out against them. But the executive and said they increasing their budget. So you expect the representative and said to increase their budget. The president then go answer them on about bulletproof, they can buy bulletproof. I don't get problem with that one. So all the president then just buy bulletproof. And Chancellor buy bulletproof. And then buy her own. I think the only person I buy bulletproof is Judy Bryant because you're interim president. But they also persecuted him. They killed Judy Bryant for corruption. Why do you get jail all the other people?
She jailed Judy Bryant, but she okay. I think
my major concern, I want for us to talk to the legislature. My major concern. That argument where they get after 5 years, then they let you go. It's not going to be like that. They will reverse that bill. That no 5 years inside, it's lifetime inside. So you see from 1989, they still get right to persecute you.
I mean, you do our closing now.
Yeah, our closing. So the high is going to be, we're going to be looking for 5 years. Because 5 years term will not work. And in the government, the government is doing the same old thing that we are doing. They keep to do change. Like my brother said, Patrick Honda. He said we married that. Patrick Honda, you married that, you can't change it. Why you can't change it?
I don't have that right to change his own something, but thank you. Go ahead, family.
That Patrick is supposed to change his own salary, man. Mr. Davis, don't try to confuse people here. This thing is government. Government is an institution. It's an institution.
But we condemn you.
Look, I told you that Patrick Honor went before the Liberian Senate for confirmation. The Liberian Senate knows all of the benefits and every amenities that Patrick Honor going to receive. They are aware. And they can also recommend to the president if said amount is not in conformity with whatsoever laws or whatsoever thing, they can relate that to the president. But I'm telling you that there is a lot of ways that the president needs to work on, and I hope in the recommendation from the vice president, the committee the president set up, charging the vice president to do some findings on the state of the economy and come back in a timely manner. I hope the vice president have already listened to some of these many concerns, because there's one attribute I must say I admire about President Bouaka. He's a president that listens and takes swift action. Sometimes it is slow, but he actually listens and he takes action. It's better than somebody listen and in fact, in the midst of the agony, the person dancing and singing songs for you.
Oh Lord, sorry.
But look, I'm praying and hoping that in the recommendation of the vice president to the president on the state of the economy, he will include in that a need for us to re-strategize and revisit the budget and try to cut down on some of the public waste. Yeah. Many of the ministers, in fact, from the state, from the executive, it should start from the executive, because the executive should lead by example. The president already showed will that he was going to take cut on his salary. He showed will, and he did. So if the executive can go back and say there are other extra things we're going to take out here, like some money on entertainment, some money on this, that we're going to cut all of that and redirect that, then we move on to the executive and we move on to the judiciary, just like that, so that money can be.
Sorry, family.
I mean, don't do that because somebody say you're beautiful, so you want to cut.
No, that's my daddy.
They're beautiful. That they see beautiful thing that Satan did in heaven there, it cause problem.
That's my daddy. Thank God he funds me here. Well, you know, that's how spoon people then. But sorry, family. How you doing, Mr. Sherry?
Oh, then that is
family lose your thought.
Yeah, man.
I know you, man. He can lose thoughts. Go ahead.
They boys and pass soon they kind of see. I say the evil men will always be, or men are just evil by nature. So you see all your friend men here. He say, "Oh, today you looking good," or Mr. David looking good. You rush straight to Amy. You see that? But anyway,
the person I'm talking to, I'm not even.
Be as a me. What I was saying, we're going to make sure, and I'm hoping again that President Bouaka can really muster the courage, muster the courage now to say we've listened to all of the cry, because this cry is going to be second to the cry of the like the current cry about the drugs in the country. So this is sometimes, look, let me be honest with you. I mean, this is where my frustration can come. My frustration come about when we see majority of the Liberian people don't invest their energy and their anger into places where it is matter. They play this up, put the energy. They can put the energy there. The energy where they to put in now to say, oh, that press on our lawmaker to stop that particular part, to pass a legislation that we should not allow them to take additional 45,000 for justice there to ride 2 cars. They don't pressure them so they can do it. They will not go there. They will stop legislature from taking extra gas rate and all the other benefit. They call a benefit. They will not go there. They're not going to the area where their energy is. Where is put the energy? They will not go there. But they will support people who committed crime, the arson, burn down the capital. They won't go there to go protest. They want to protect criminals who they know that they are involved in criminal activity. As soon as they post more money in their pocket, they say, oh, they're going to protect our own team. This is where my frustration lies. In as much as we do not identify our priority and set them straight, we're not going nowhere as a country. The president will, in fact, the president will have to keep the ball rolling, and then all the other people will follow suit. So I'm praying and hoping that, Lord, today there'll be no more travel of that nature. I know you vest on the delegation, but we know that the outcry of the Liberian people and the free thinker and the critical thinker, the outcry has already reached the ears of the president. In our particular delegation, you're not seeing it again on plane anymore.
Thank you.
I'll tell you that. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what. Look, I've been around long enough to know exactly when someone is giving me a bullshit. All right. Look, at the end of the day, family, let me tell you, brother. The president have already failed, bro. The fact that the president cannot get the executive, member of the executive to declare the assets, we have a problem. We have a serious problem. And this is not even coming from any opposition or anything like that. This is coming from an agency that was appointed and given instruction by the president to pursue people to declare their assets. The fact that we're still talking about these issues, that right there, I have a problem with it. We're not even talking about any branch of government, bro. We're talking about the executive, bro. That's what we're talking about. Look, I understand it's easier said than done, right? Leadership comes with a lot of expectation. Even family. I have my daughter, and I know very well I only got one child in this world. And I know very well that there are so many decisions I have to make. Even right now, as I sit here, I'm thinking about what I'm going to be there tomorrow. But let me tell you.
I don't think you can hear me today. What's going on?
No, I'm hearing you now. But
okay.
So if you tell me, family, because if you can take care of the little things, you're not gonna be able to take care of the big things. And the little things in this instance is right in the executive there. The number of people in the executive that have not declared their assets is grossly alarming. And that right there fought on the president, because if he can't take care of the executive, bro, there is no way he can look anywhere else, because that's the simplest of all that he can deal with. So we can talk about all these things. It's good, but we need some deliberate actions. We need some actions that show certain level of intentionality to show that yes, indeed, the president is ready to do the right thing. And I know the president definitely, will do the right thing. But we can't be doing these mediocre things, though. Like the little things, the ABC thing. Because if you fail to do the ABC thing, then what we're talking about calculus now? How you gonna handle these things? And Liberia is full of so many of these things, bro. So many of these things. There is no sector in Liberia that don't need attention. You look at security, look at a police officer, look at a uniform. We're talking about respectability. How can you respect a police officer that have a uniform that
they need to give me that contract for the uniform.
So
maybe supplying the uniform.
So we got that going. You family right here. If a police officer in America, and I'm not trying to equate America to Liberia, I'm sorry, that's not what I'm trying to do. But police,
Sierra Leone,
presentation matters. We talk about people respecting you. How can you respect an officer that see that guy that uniform so beat up by the sun? You can't even recognize the flag of the Republic of Liberia. You know what I mean? Like these are what we're talking about. And I'm not saying this is President Barkai's, problem, but we should start seeing things differently now. The president is pushing 2 years, right? We should start seeing things different, right? But all I'm saying is, I mean, bro, it's just, you know what I mean? Back to you.
Thank you, Teray. And I think, Teray, I don't know, maybe the delegation got you thrown off or whatever, but we are seeing some things differently. I mean, is it all of it? No. But when you give it in this, Kumaya or solemn voice, like, like all is done already and everything is bad. No, all is not bad and all is not well either. Maybe places that we need to be, and the whole thing about the assets recovery, it's not like the president is not, doing something about it or saying something about it. It's just people being defiant, and I think he should fire them. That's what I mean. That's all I see. He should fire them for being defiant. And something, but he is something. I think they're taking advantage of him being slow to act and something those things of those nature. That's what they're doing. But in other areas, Teray, and people who live in the country, they will tell you there are some changes that is going on, and we can tell from other sectors and stuff. We can see that now. This salary issue it's gonna be more than President Barker, I think. I'm sorry. It's gonna be way beyond President Barker. Because the moment you start to do some stuff, from the even in the executive, people will start to, or he stepping his boundaries and doing all of that and taking some decisive actions and stuff. And when we talk about the tenure position and all of those things, we've seen all of this movie play out before. So I think the only thing that I see something is that they march, like they said no to drugs. We should also have a march, say no to higher salary. The people should come out and speak against that to have that happen, because this is not going to be a one stuff. I don't know how we see the president in Africa, like you say, is a single handed something, whatever he wants. Yeah, but you also have the noise too when he tried to do those things. So, and then in order to do some of those things and get away with it, what happened? You have to do the brown envelope. But when he's doing this, there will be no brown envelope. So it's going to be a lot of noise. And the code is there too. People go there and people do that, and what? The code was there. Oh yeah, the Constitution and blah blah blah. What? That's what we were here. So we need to. It needs to be a fight that the citizens themselves needs to take up. It is affecting us all. All of these higher earning salaries and benefits and gas slip and this, that, and paying lawmaker staffs in our homes. Why are we paying these people staffs in our? Then why are we paying them, by the way? If we just paying them to save the money, but we taking out everything else? We paying you. Then we have to pay your staff in your home, your cook in your home, and somebody. And I seen somebody I know in the legislature, like I seen that staff list, and I seen that wife name on there as cook. I'm like, what the heck? What the hell? Like, I know this family, I know this guy, I know that's his wife. So I'm confused. They say they pay for all of those things too. Why? Why is Liberia acting like they are so rich? They have their oil money that that they can just use it like that, and the citizens are good and everything is good with the citizens. So they have these left all these surplus that they can give all of these high salary and make all of these foolish benefits available to these people in all this world. No, it's not. We shouldn't be paying. That's what you're getting paid. You're working, you're getting paid. You should be able to pay your worker in your home. You should be able to buy your own generator gas in your home. You should pay your LEC bill. It's not free. If they're putting hanger on other people's hands for fire theft, they should be putting cuffs on you too. Not because you're working there. Even any government agency that the LEC is going to, they need to pay. There should be a budget that they take care of those things. It's not free. Okay, so these things people gotta, instead of trying to play politics and come on talking about this, when you don't even have any, you're not serious about that. You're only doing it for yourself. And you come pretending, oh, we're doing it for the Liberian people. Now this is what you need to do. Then everybody will know you're doing it. That fight is for the Liberian people, But God bless you all. Thank you so much, Adama Bin Sherry. I appreciate. You see this, Mama? She told you. She is my beautiful, gorgeous, and down to earth. Oh, daughter, I would never forget you too. I've been trying to sending my flyers to Nelson to give the announcement to people here something back on to give the announcement for us being over here. And Nelson don't want to do it, so our people don't know where we at, and they're just finding us one at a time. And by the grace of God, we hope everybody show up and start to. This is a late night show over here. This is the crew that we're over here because we're not doing Spoon late night. So Monday to Friday or Saturday, we're over here. Sometimes we have to go to Spoon, so we don't do it because it's supposed to be Friday and Saturday on Spoon, but some. Thing being later, so we are here from Monday to Saturday. So thank you so much, you guys, for coming and keep sharing the show with others that being on there with us and stuff. We appreciate you. We love you all. We thank you, and we will see you all, God's willing, tomorrow. Have a blessed night. Have a blessed day.